Hey guys. So I'd like to start this one off with sustainability. So like I said before, to be able to sustain it where you don't have to buy it from another company like from Azure Standard is where we get ours from. And it's organic. We get it from Mountain Rose Herbs. We get it from Star West. There's several companies that we'll buy from, and they are reputable organic growers, and they source their materials from reputable people. So we've had really great luck with all of those. And if you can afford to do that, that's great. But and you can't grow it yourself, that's fine. You're certainly welcome to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But from in my heart is I would like to grow it myself. Cost effectiveness is off the charts. So definitely, and then I know how it's being grown. I don't have to guess. I don't have to rely on anyone else, and I know that. So when you grow it and you dry it and you figure out, whether it's going to be fresh or dried, uh, like I've got some calendula here, and we've picked it and we've dried it and it's in here ready to go, and I have uh, decided I'm going to make a tincture with this. And you can put those in teas, you can put those in whatever you need if you're cooking or whatever, and for a gentle uplift of the medicinal values of it. Now I'll go into, different ailments and different plants and what they do. We can do that on other videos, but right now I'm just going to show you a little bit of the process. So we've got seeds, we put them in the ground, we grow them, we harvest them, and then now we're drying them and or using them fresh, either way. And so let me just show you if you're going to put them in a good glass jar. This is comfrey leaf. And so now I want to make a tincture out of this. Or just say I want to make a powder. Hey, I've got a powder here. Here's a some maca root, and it's made it into a powder. So now I can dip this in my coffee or dip this in a pill. I can put this in some pills and take it. I can do anything with that. I can put it in recipes. So that's the versatility of having it where you can make it different ways. Now, and here's some ashwagandha I wanted to show you. This is just ashwagandha root. Always have this. It's so versatile. I don't grow this because I have not tried it yet. Down the road, I'll see if I can. I don't know if my climate will take this, but there's going to be some things that I want, but my climate won't grow, so I'll have to rely on buying it and have a good source of buying it. But for the most part, grow most of it, then it's not such a big deal when you do have to buy something. Okay, so when you have, these are in process marks. I'll show you this. So this right here, stinging nettle. I decided to make some glyceride because we go through stinging nettle so easily, so much and readily. I need to have it available. So this I started before I went to Israel, and this is over a month ago, actually back in January. So it's ready to be processed. I haven't had the time, but I can leave it for months. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's still in there. That's the beauty of when you're tincturing. You don't have, you've got a timeline of don't do it before 6 weeks to 2 months. But after that, you can leave it in there if you need to and get to it when you can. So I need to process this, and what I would do is strain this out, and that's going to be time consuming because if you can see how thick that is, very thick. So I'm going to strain it out with a cheesecloth in a strainer and push it and mesh it. You can do it in your cheese presses and different presses that you may have. You can actually do it better and get a little bit more out of it. I've got those. I just haven't utilized it. I just kind of push it out and squeeze it. It's hard. I'm doing that right now. And then just compost the what's left. What we call that is mark. This right here is the mark. This is the mark. And once you get done with that mark, you're going to it's no longer viable for nutrition because the nutrition has been pulled out of it. And let me just show you a couple more that's in the process. So we've got slippery elm. We've got this. And we have licorice root. This is in vodka. So then this is holy basil, and it's in vodka as well. So, you just strain them out and compost your mark, and what you have left, you're going to want to strain at least twice and sometimes 3 times, depending on if you're satisfied and you're okay with little specks in there, then don't worry about it. And there's some things that it doesn't bother me that there's a couple of specks in there, so I don't worry about it. But there are some things that it's just kind of gross and I don't want it in there. And if I was selling it, if I was going to give it to somebody else, I would definitely want it to be more pure and not the debris in there. It's not going to hurt them. It's not going to make any difference, but you just kind of want it more. It's just kind of cleaner looking. So you want to do that. And so like this was grape leaves. And so I had strained the grape leaves, and as you can see, it's pretty clear. It's clear. I didn't leave anything in there. I like my stuff clear. I'm a little picky about stuff. But this is grape leaves, which is highly medicinal. Anything that you think is a tree or a plant, most of those leaves are going to be also medicinal. Like, when you're thinking of apples and grapes and stuff like that, their leaves, the raspberries. Oh, I've got raspberry leaves in there. That's how I make raspberry tea. Don't you know? It's made from the leaves. So, they're medicinal. So once you get, let me see if I'm dropping this out properly. So once you get the mark squeezed out, and you've got it drained a couple times, then you put it in a jar like that, like this. That's what's going to hold it for you. And you need to put it in a cool, dark place. That's how you store it. And then you're going to probably, if you're going to be using it, you're going to put some in a bottle where you can use a tincture. You can drop it out of here with a dropper. And you're going to be able to drop some drops in a shot glass, under your tongue, however you prefer. You can put it in water. You can water it down. So you can actually add water to that where it's not as strong. And because this is very powerful and potent. This is stuff that, it's pulled all the nutrients into that alcohol, and it's like very concentrated. So you can definitely water that down some, and especially for older people or younger children. Now, one of my favorite ways that I learned from Doc Jones to use a tincture is topically. You can actually put a spray cap on it, and you can spray your skin, and it will do just as good as taking it internally, which is amazing to me, especially if it's something, an area, like if I've got a liver issue and stuff. I'm probably going to want to take something internally, but I can spray that area as well, and it's going to penetrate really quickly into that area, and that's what you want, all that nutrition and goodness that is doing some work in that area. So, and especially like if you've got like sprain or skin issues, stuff like that, or muscle pains, it's awesome to spray some things on there. Of course, I'm a big Deep Blue person from doTERRA, so I love my Deep Blue. We've got a big liter pump bottle of it, and we have had it for a long time, and we use it. I use it quite often in the summer when I'm out in the gardens, because I don't know when to stop. And my mom laughs at me because I can't stop myself. I'm like, I'm going to only do this amount today, and I just get in it and I can't stop, and then I'm paying for it, and I'm like, I'm so sore. But anyhow, that's beside the point. So here is the essential oil. Now, I'm not going to fool with making essential oils. And why? It's very labor intensive to make it. And you could, but it is this process to make the tinctures and all of that is not so labor intensive. This is, and these people have got it perfected. It's proven. And I'm going to tell you, I went through a long period of time of research and using other companies. And I finally, like, I would hoard my doTERRA and, not hoard these other brands that I had. I thought, why am I doing that? Why would I even have those other brands if these are that good? Because they were. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting rid of those and I'm going all doTERRA. Well, I went all doTERRA and I've never regretted that. And to this day, I have at least, I would say at least, it's more than 5. I'd say at least 8 to 10 of each bottle of oil of every single thing they have. Unless it's like a promo oil that they don't have on a regular basis. But all the other regular oils, I have gobs of them. Sometimes I have a lot more than that. And to me, to have that on hand is crucial because the oils don't go bad generally. They do not. They last. And the only thing they do sometimes is they will evaporate a little bit. So you'll see it kind of drop down a little bit. Some more than others, but for the most part, that doesn't happen, and it's really, really just a very effective, powerful way for to address issues. So, I use all of these things, and I just wanted to go over those with you a little bit. So I hope this was informative, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.